Rezero.
Rezero Season 4. Amelia got her REM moments, man!
Rezero. Every single week an episode came out, it was somehow bigger than the last. And by the time part 1 ended, it became one of the greatest anime of all time. Even though Season 4 still has 8 episodes left, even though we still have 2 seasonal worlds of lineup to cover, even though January started with Freerin and JJK, Rezero Season 4 might have became the definitive anime of the year. And that's for me, a random Filipino boy who when I was 9 years old didn't know where babies came from. And guess what? I was 9 years old when the first season of Rezero came out. 10 years has passed and Rezero has now became the second best anime in my anime list. And I know my anime list is a bit janky nowadays. It's not a good ranking when it comes to, ranking the animes, but it's still a ranking, so I'm still gonna put that stat. It got back-to-back 9.7 ratings in IMDb and it consistently sits on top 5 in everyone's ranking because of Season 4. The world is changing, ladies and gentlemen. Rezero is not just seen as an isekai anymore. It's not just seen as a top isekai. It's seen as a top anime, and I'm here to prove why. That's why today we're gonna be talking about what made Rezero Season 4 so captivating. Subscribe, like, support small creators like me, and fuck Jack. Watching Rezero Season 4, I felt like what made it so great was its mystery. And researching all of this, I feel like there's certain things Rezero does that differentiates itself from other mysteries. Most mystery animes want you to think who, what, and where. But I think Rezero does the exact opposite, especially in Season 4. We know a lot about these characters, some more than themselves, and that's because of Subaru and, the constant loops he does. He's the one person who pieces it all together. We know about Satella, we know about the Witch of Gree, we know all about this, we know about Millie's backstory, and most importantly, we know about Rem and Julius. In a world where everyone forgot about them, in a world where they forget themselves, we as the viewer, essentially Natsuki Subaru, is our companion to these constant factors. Subaru pieces it all together. So what happens when Subaru essentially forgets? A lot of people describe this arc, arc 6, as the Subaru amnesia, Daniel or a happy birthday arc, which, all of them are essentially true. But I think it's a bit misleading to what story, season 4 and arc 6 actually telling us. This season is about identity. What actually makes someone who they are. A lot of you guys probably think I'm a well-spoken young man. Well, what if I tell you I have a stuttering problem? What if I tell you that these videos, these scripts, this editing style takes me about 6 days to complete while I'm studying to be a lawyer? You probably have this idea of me, but what happens if my idea of myself starts crumbling? What if you guys tell me I'm invincible and I think I'm invincible and I just start punching walls? What if I read in the comments that I'm actually not a good YouTuber? What if people in the comments start saying, oh, you're a great YouTuber? What happens then? What if I start having imposter syndrome? Season 4 shows us what imposter syndrome is on a whole new level. For 4 seasons, we have watched Subaru time and time again. I don't need to tell you all this. You guys know what Subaru has been to. It's absolutely gruesome stuff. But in spite of that, Subaru still became a hero and a person many people trust. Throughout the Battle of the White Whale, throughout the Battle of the Trials of the Sanctuary, throughout the battle in Season 3, Subaru, despite being the weakest, still decides he wants to suffer because he wants to save everyone. Every failure, every reset, every mistake is another lesson to save the others. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That doesn't make sense because Subaru dies and he becomes stronger. Beat that, Shakespeare. In the beginning of Season 4, we see a lot of people rely on Subaru for help. One of the few characters who relied on Subaru was Julius. Julius heavily relied on Subaru in Season 4. In a world where everyone forgot about him, he looked towards Subaru for help. Subaru was the one who solved the first trial puzzle. Subaru was the one who helped them escape Shala. It was Subaru. They trust Subaru. So what happens in episode 7 when our protagonist essentially forgets. The constant factor guy, the one who everyone relied on, is just gone out of existence. We're led to follow this random guy who I'm gonna nickname as Daniel, who has no memory, no knowledge of what's happened to this point. He's just doing shit. He's just roam free. It's like, oh, I think I'm just transported in another world. Brother, you just experienced a lot of stuff, okay? And now these people all trust you. What are you gonna do? This time, Daniel doesn't know anything. He doesn't know about Return of Death. He doesn't know about the Invincible Hand, his relationship, his goals. He does not know anything. He is essentially episode 1 Subaru transported to season 4 plotline. For the first time, we know more about Subaru than himself. And similar enough, so does the rest of the others. I can't count how many times Subaru used his Return by Death to use that knowledge of his past loop on to the next. But now, instead of the others trying to catch up on what Subaru is doing, it's now Subaru trying to catch up on what's going on. Imagine waking up in the next morning, you're in another world while surrounded by all these mystical beings telling you, oh, they owe their lives to you, and now you tell us, what do we do next? You. And you're just butt booty naked. And then you'll be like, what? You. That's right. Someone who is ranked Ultra Ball in Pokemon Champions is the same person who defeated 2 of the 3 beasts that haunted this world forever. Now, what are we gonna do? Tell us, what do we need to do? They might tell you we saved their lives or did this, did that. We might believe it, you know, some people might believe it, but we don't remember any of it. So of course, there's gonna be a little doubt that they're lying. Or for Subaru's sake, he doesn't believe it. He can't comprehend that this person, me, is, you know, someone else. Daniel can't believe that Natsuki Subaru managed to do something that benefited other people. He thinks Subaru as a character is nothing more than a shut-in, a loser who, you know, who can't even do the dishes. And this thought process of Daniel is shown to us in many different ways. Daniel is very wary of everyone around him. He doesn't trust anyone. He thinks they're all about to get him. When Emilia smiles at Daniel, he doesn't know why. He doesn't know why Emilia would trust him so much. We know why. We know what Subaru has done. When Beetroot trusts him, we know why. When Julius trusts him, we know why. When Anesthesia, half Witch of Greed, you know, trusts him, we know why. Daniel is hearing all these stories for the first time of how great Subaru was, and it hurts him because he isn't him, or he believes Subaru, this person, can't be those things. So when Daniel was essentially taken control by someone else, essentially killing Millie and writing all those things in the wall, Daniel thought that that was the Subaru everyone was talking about. He visioned him as a monster because of what just happened, but Daniel believes that that Subaru everyone is talking about is clearly a faker. Someone who manipulated all these people into thinking he was this great person. He thought, no way people would actually do this for me. He thought there must be an ulterior motive. There must be some illusion magic going on. Because to think I would do all those great things is just inconceivable. At least that's what he thinks until episode 11. Episode 11, man. I just want to, you know, cut this video in half, bro. Episode 11 is crazy. In this episode, Daniel understood that he may not remember all the things this great Subaru has done, yet he can still strive to be that person because he is Subaru. Just like he said, he is the same person Julius trusted. He is the same person Beetroot believed in. He is the same person Echidna forgave. But again, he just can't believe Natsuki Subaru would be all those great things. He keeps saying, who the hell are you talking about? Because the Subaru he knows is weak. But that's when Emilia tells him she loved him. And that's when Daniel and Subaru just became one. Because we know in episode 1, you know, Subaru falls for Emilia. And then now he understood that Emilia is the driving force of everything he has done. And he hits it right in the point because he is Subaru. Natsuki Subaru did all those things because of Emilia, because of Rem, because of Beetroot. All these things because he likes these people. And that's where he decides he is going to save everyone because that is who Subaru is. Now he has chosen to become that person everyone trusted him to be. His whole crisis stemmed because he thought he was a fake, and that is what makes ReZero Season 4 so masterful, great, amazing, spectacular, bad, Michael Jackson bad. I don't normally watch things weekly. I'm usually the type of person to like wait for the hype to die to watch it all in one fell swoosh like that. But ReZero is where I draw the line. The line. So many people were telling me that this season of ReZero is gonna be the best one ever. Best one, craziest one. And by episode 3, like I think 3 weeks has passed, and I was like, man, I gotta watch it, man. I gotta watch it. I got to. Those streak of episode 8 to episode 11 was like anime at its peak, bro. Every episode felt bigger than the last. It was like I was like, what? Normally in a season, okay? I don't want to name any names, but Mushoku Tensei, okay? Mushoku Tensei started off with a bang. Obviously, it's gonna be, every season's gonna be, in the middle area. And who knows, maybe it goes up top again. But ReZero, this is the first time I'd be like, okay, episode 3, what the fuck is that dread, bro? Oh my god, that's the most gruesome death possibly in the whole entire world. And then Subaru loses his memory, and it's like up here, it's on the ceiling, bro. On the fucking ceiling, bro. And then more episodes come out, and then boom, it's higher than the ceiling. And now it's become a cultural sensation, and it's because of Daniel, and he doesn't even know it. And now the hype of part 2 is at an all-time level. I'm hyped, bro. I'm ready, bro. I'm so fucking ready. Like, Kadokawa, what are you doing? Are you advertising the show or not? Why are you unlisting shit, bro? What are you doing? I don't know the drama around, them not advertising their biggest popular show. Maybe they're waiting until the final week. Why did you unlist the trailer? I don't know. I don't get you guys. Maybe there's a big spoiler there. I did watch it. There was a bit spoiler, but who knows. But now, like, I be thinking, like, Daniel has to answer all these questions. Like, I have it listed down right here. He has to find out who killed everyone during the Aura Monster loop. What happened there? Why is Anesthesia cut in half again? Does she like being cut in half? Who knows? Where is Gluttony in all of this? Because we know he's clearly there. Why didn't the gang suspect Gluttony be there? Because, that's literally his like power. They're there to cure people who were just done by gluttony, forget everything. The first thing is like, oh yeah, he must have hit his head in the first loop. I don't know. Why is Rem moving? What's wrong? What's wrong with that? Is she alive? Is she dead? Is she controlled by someone else? Who knows? Who killed Millie? Was that really Subaru? Who is stuck in Subaru? Who's inside of Subaru? And lastly, why did Reed leave the tower and bully Julius? What happened there? A few days, everything will be answered. And I cannot, my balls cannot wait. Remember, I do stream Persona 3 on Wednesday, and I play anime games on Friday nights. So if you want to see some of that, it's gonna be crazy. Who is making fucking art of fucking Brawl Star? There's gonna be a rankings of like, anime aura monsters. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe, like, support, smoke like me. I love you guys. Real one, say back.